Welcome back to BT. Dina Pugliese, Sid here with you. Communities across Canada are working to uncover a dark chapter in Canadian history as more unmarked graves and potential burial sites are identified.
Not too far from here on Treaty 6 of the Grand River, efforts right now are underway to search the grounds at one of the largest operating residential schools.
Faiza joins us now to tell us about the community group that's leading one of the biggest searches in the country. Faiza, good morning.
Good morning. So they're called the Survivor Secretariat, and it's completely survivor-led. So the board of directors are all survivors of the former residential school, the Mohawk Residential School. And the Truth and Reconciliation Committee actually documented the names of 48 children who died while attending that school alone in the 136 years that it's been operating. And the sad part is they don't know where those kids are buried, and they don't know if there are any more kids. So that's the work that the Survivor Secretariat is doing, and they've enlisted the help of students. Take a look.
Of love that comes with much pride and responsibility for post-secondary students who spent the summer searching for missing children and unmarked burials at the former Mohawk Residential School in Bradford.
It justifies what the survivors have been saying, that there are people and kids who passed away at these schools that they don't know where they are. So I just want to help find them and bring them home.
At the Office of the Survivor Secretariat, work continues to uncover what happened at the former residential school.
We're looking at an aerial view of the Mohawk Institute.
One step at a time, using a 50-pound machine. The ground-penetrating radar is used to collect data. 600 acres of land needs to be searched.
From June till the end of August, we've completed 9.5 acres, so there's still a lot of work to be done. We just want to come together, we want to get the truth, we want to get the answers, and definitely share what we discovered.
Residential schools strip First Nations, Inuit, and Métis children of their cultures, languages, families. Many abducted, abused, starved. And sadly, there are stories we haven't heard from children who never got to go home. It's these lost voices they're searching for.
We are getting one step closer to finding out the answer.
This undertaking comes with physical, mental, and emotional hardships. And at times, it hits close to home.
I found a lot of my family's files and I just cried a lot because it's just like, it's hard. And you realize what they went through at such a young age. You hope they can find healing. And I hope my family does too, because they need it. And at such a young age, they were told not to be themselves.
Wow. Wow. So, Faiza, what's the process here? Because it is a very complicated for people at home to even begin the process of figuring out what is and is not on a ground of any piece of property across the country. It's not easy. When do we get some more answers on that?
So you just heard right there that, they have 600 acres to go through, and they've only completed 1.5%. So essentially what the students are doing is they're using this GPR machine, and they're only collecting the data. So once the data is collected, it's going to have to go to specialists and experts who have to decipher what that information is. And it could take years. So Jesse right there kept telling me it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Wow.
It's so hard to hear these stories, but we all feel the pain, empathy, oh my gosh, and we have to keep talking about it because there's a lot of people that still don't know. They know maybe now there's an Orange Shirt Day, but they still don't understand exactly what happened.
But to see young people, and Faiza, like that, a year ago, everyone's on their heels who didn't really know the story the way we should have known the story. To now see young people, we just talked to Gima about it. He was at an event in Mississauga yesterday with a lot of kids from school. It's entering a different phase, this story, isn't it? Where you see younger people way more engaged and doing things like this. It must be incredible to watch.
Oh, absolutely. I went to the offices. I spent a couple of hours there at the office of the survivors of the Secretariat, and you can just see the special relationship that they have with one another, with the students and the survivors. And I asked them, I said, this seems like difficult work day in and day out. So how are you able to go home and heal from all this? And they say we take our cue from the survivors. They heal, they have important messages to share, and they're really involved in the everyday steps that these students are taking. And this story, by the way, is live right now on sidnews.ca, so you can learn more about their efforts. And there's so much pride that goes into this for these students.
Thank you so much, Faiza. And we know that you know, a lot of the stories being told today, they're of course very triggering, they're disturbing for many people. So we're going to put up all morning long a list of resources that you can lean on for support.